Chris Brown jumped Usher. Nah, ain't no way. People making up stuff out in these streets nowadays. Like, there is no way that Chris Brown and Usher got into an altercation. But lo and behold, that is exactly what happened. And to top it off, what makes it even crazier is this party was being thrown for Chris Brown.
Yes.
It was Chris Brown's party.
And it was a skate party. That sounds like the worst type of place to have a fight at. People mobile, running around.
So, what is being alleged, Chris Brown and
Tiana Taylor
got into a little riff.
Yes.
People tried to quell it. Even Usher came through to try to, piece it out.
Yes.
And it seems, and all this is alleged, seems that Chris Brown might have, got a little mouthy on the way out the venue.
Yes.
He might have uttered some words that Usher didn't find too flattering.
Yes.
So, Chris Brown and Chris Brown's entourage make their way out the venue. And
Usher follows them, which is where I think Usher kind of screwed up, assuming that
Usher messed up for following him.
Possibly. I mean, see, the thing is, we don't have all the details right now, so everything is kind of murky. Maybe there is a valid reason. That's why we're going to
throw allegedly in front of everything, and then we're going to come up with something.
I mean, just basically from the details that I have now, if Usher and Chris Brown got into an argument in the party, and then Chris Brown and his entourage leave, I would say Usher probably should step back and give, himself time to calm down, themselves time to calm down. I don't think he should have immediately followed. But that's just based off the details I'm hearing now. Something could have happened, something could emerge later on, maybe tomorrow or in the following week, where I would be like, okay, yeah, Usher maybe had to follow him, so it's really hard to say what should have happened and shouldn't so early.
I kind of look at it like this. Because if I'm Usher, I'm like, I threw you a party. Mm-hmm. You came to said party and got rude.
Yeah.
So as the host of this party, I'm coming outside to talk to you. I think that he is still in his right to go outside. Now, you might be right. He might need to calm down because, like I said, Chris was talking slick at the mouth. Mm-hmm. So he possibly should have taken a second to wait. But
I think both parties, because I'm pretty sure. Usher.
I'm sure it was some greasy talking.
I mean, if I was Usher and I threw the party, I'd feel some sort of way of just you having an argument with me publicly. Any type of animosity.
Exactly. I feel some type of way that you're at a party thrown for you acting up.
Exactly.
So then allegedly Chris Brown's entourage jumps on Usher. I don't know if Chris Brown did it. I think I read that Chris Brown got arrested with them.
They said, Usher, you got it bad. And then they jumped him.
Well, I thought I read somewhere that Chris Brown and his entourage got arrested.
I didn't see anything about allegedly. Cops. I'm still reading on it.
That's allegedly. I don't know. I'm going to have to look further into it. They might not have got arrested. But what we do know is that there was an altercation between Usher and Chris Brown's entourage. Yeah.
Who would win in a fair one between Chris Brown and Usher? Because I know Chris Brown has a severe height advantage over Usher. Usher's like 5'8". Chris Brown is 6'4".
Yeah, but see, Chris Brown allegedly on them drugs.
Yeah.
And allegedly on them drugs. And they might give you a little bit more advantage. And they said Chris Brown was a little intoxicated when it happened. Chris Brown has been in a lot of
stuff, man.
He possibly could blackball himself with this situation.
I don't think he can ever blackball him. He's always going to have a fan base no matter what. Maybe not the support of the industry, or the guest appearances, but he has a solid fan base that will always support him.
There's a segment that will never support him for real.
I know, but there's a segment that will always support him. you know.
Yeah, but you're taking away from that segment now with this Usher thing because, you know, Usher has a pretty big fan base as well.
I know, but there's a lot of people that like Chris Brown and will stay Chris Brown fans, even if they like Usher or don't like Usher. Chris Brown has a very loyal fan base.
He does. He does. I will say that. But this is just Chris Brown striking again.
Chris Brown could like shoot somebody on the Broadway in the middle of Manhattan in the daytime and still have fans.
We're going to have to see how this plays out. I'm just like, I don't know. Chris
It's
Brown
too early.
He might have crossed the line this time, like because.
No, he's crossed. He's a habitual line stepper.
Oh, he's a habitual line stepper. He keeps hopping back and forth. But how many times do you get a pass at certain things, especially for violence? It's more of the violence aspect of it. You know, you're in trouble for violence most of the time, or that's what you more known been for is for violent acts.
Yes.
And I don't know. I think this might have been the
this is going to cause some damage because Usher was always a supporter of Chris Brown, and I'm sure because of that they had fans, whereas I'm sure a lot of Usher fans might not support Chris Brown now.
Yeah, but like you said, we'll wait to see what.
Yeah, there's got to have more details before we figure everything out. It's all sensationalized right now, but the one thing I can say is Usher did perform today at the Lovers and Friends tour with the Brad had her stomach out, but that's another point. But Usher was there, and they posted some video on IG of his face, and you know it didn't look like it. Yeah,
but I mean this is not the verses we wanted.
Yeah,
this is definitely not the verses.
It kind of is.
Chris Brown and Usher. Like,
you know what would have been better is if Jeezy Gucci Mane's verses was like Chris Brown and Usher's verses. That would be something. They just need to switch roles.
But this is the thing. We passed that part of life. Like that. That was a beef that should have been handled.
I mean, really, they're
years ago.
Usher's middle age and Chris Brown is 30. Yeah, he's close to 40.
So you know,
closing in.
These are issues that, as just not only celebrities but black celebrities, this stuff can't be happening. Not like this. Like this just can't be happening. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. Like these two mega stars, not just regular superstars. These are mega stars we're talking about. It just can't happen as black men. You see what I'm saying? So that's the disappointing aspect about it. And you know alcohol is involved and drugs as well.
It's always involved. Alcohol is always a factor. I want to know what happened between Chris Brown and Tiana Taylor to set it off. That's the main issue. I bet he was talking shit about the Knicks. Wait. Amon ain't even in the league.
I don't think he's playing no more. So, yeah, you're right. Let's be
that
careful
was what
about what you said to Tiana Taylor. Because
like, damn, why ain't your man's in the league right now? The Knicks could have used him.
She does have a husband who, like, Amon is, so we'll see how this plays out. I don't know. Shump is,
aren't they married? Legally,
yeah, like
how come she doesn't have his last name? That's kind of effed up. I just thought about that. I've never heard somebody say Tiana Taylor Shumpert.
Yeah.
Well, that's a side note.
It's cool. I know a lot of women who have
unacceptable.
The other name is hyphened, but the
hyphenated is fine. It's just it's not.
You just don't carry it at all.
Yeah.